that is one of the challenges, getting people regularly, punctually, on time to show up the moment you call upon them to show up.
What motivated you to take part in this singing marathon?
To see whether maybe my star will shine here, as in getting somebody after the attempt to support me and exposure that I want. Our system here is not helping us at all. Sometimes you do it alone, you don't get anybody to support you, and getting up there becomes a problem.
What made you go into photography?
I would say it's my love for fashion and all those things decided to let me go into this photography and videography. I bought my first phone doing photography more than 20 years ago.
Even way back in JHS, I remember writing songs. And it even led to my decline in academics.
You taking part in the Singathon, do you think you are fulfilled?
Oh yeah, I'm fulfilled in a way, at least. If not all, some people know me now.
Welcome to Ray Talks Podcast, a podcast that reflects on the global Ghanaian society, the people and their lifestyle. With your host, Raymond. We are happy to have you join us. Hello and welcome back to the Ray Talks Podcast. I'm here again with these lovely people. I have Miss Maya here, who is my co-host. I have Juliet connecting from Ghana. She's a singer and also took part in this singing marathon somewhere around June. I also have here with me Lapotee, who is also here in Hamburg, Germany, just as me. And Lapotee is also in the media section. He does photography. He's a videographer. He's a podcaster. He does like almost the same things that I'm doing. Yeah, that's everything. Guys, you're all welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So last time we were here and there were several YouTubers and podcasters here. We had a very good conversation. And I really hope Lapotee would have been part of it. That very episode. It was actually nice, and we talked about so many things. The challenges we face as content creators. You know, Lapotee can say a lot of them. But before I come to you, please do remember that this podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, and then Apple Podcast. Kindly do well to subscribe and also share to family and friends so they can also enjoy what you've always been enjoying. We really hope that you do that. Let me start with Lapotee since I started talking about the challenges that some of us face. Bro, how does it feel? How does it feel for you ever since you started? Like, just run us through some of the challenges. No, we don't want positives. Some of the challenges that you faced so far in this media work.
Okay, well, thanks for giving me the platform. Yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna say, there is nothing that you're gonna do that you're not gonna have any challenges. Everything comes with its own challenges, and if you're not ready to do something, for me, what I personally say, don't even start, because like I said before, there's nothing you're gonna do that doesn't have any challenge. So if you want to ask me what are the kind of challenges that I'm facing, I'm sure you can testify to that, especially when it comes to doing this podcast and interviews. I like to do my thing live. I don't like much of the virtual thing. I like to have the person one on one to have that feeling. When you have the person sitting in front of you and you look them in the eye and you talk. There are certain questions when you ask them they can't get away with. But when you have them on the line, they can cough, they can tell you I'm going to drink water. They can tell you all sort of things. But when I have the person one on one, I get the feeling. So, like I said, because of the way I like to conduct my interviews and stuff, I used to have that challenges. It's not all the time that you can call upon someone and they can show up. I quite remember when I started, there's been a couple of people I called from the beginning. They couldn't make it, but with time, they're able to show up. I could call somebody for an interview 6 months. So there was this guy I was calling. He came 2 years after 2 years or 3 years, roughly 2 years before he finally showed up for the interview. So that is one of the challenges that we face, like getting someone to show up when you call them immediately. Sometimes some of these things take time. Yes, so that is one of the challenges, getting people regularly, punctually, on time to show up the moment you call upon them to show up, that kind of a thing. Yes.
That's very, very true. I mean, I've been on your podcast once. I wasn't able to come the second time. So summon people to come to your place and have this one-on-one with them, especially here in Europe, it's not so easy. It's not so easy. But then I believe you found a way
So
to deal with it.
to add to that, like you say, it's not so easy. But one thing that I believe in value. You understand me? I believe in value. When I started, I mean, for the people who started with me when I started interview, they know it was just one camera. But as time goes on, my dream was I wanted to have this triangle. You know, I used to see people do it internationally. I'm like, look, I want to set an international setting. I'm not just doing something for doing sake because everybody is doing it. I want you to come so that when you sit down and have an interview, you feel like you are in a place like Studio Hamburg. You know, all those big platforms, you understand me? And finally, that's what I have going. So when I call somebody, I tell you that check my interview. You see what I'm doing. I'm not just calling you, let's just chit chat. You know, I'm off find something on a professional level. So even though, like you said, that seems to be a challenge of trying to get someone to come to where you are, when people know the value of what you have, they will show up. Someone came all the way from Hanover today. Yeah, this one of the persons who, like I said, I've been calling this person. We connected on TikTok, and I wanted to link up with this person. For some time, I was not hearing from the person, not knowing they had an accident. You understand me? We connected. Today, the person came. The person even had a knee injury. The daughter drove her all the way from Hanover. You understand what I'm saying? Because when people realize the quality of whatever you're offering, they'll move heaven and earth to come and have a taste of it. Yeah, so that is one way I've got to solve that problem. Yes.
Yeah, true.
And we keep improving our quality day by day. Yeah, that kind of a thing.
I mean,
yes.
once like just as you started doing it, it's either you are into it doing it or not, like at all. Once you're putting in the quality there, people watching it or listening to it, they know what's at stake. You know, they know Lapotee is doing something great. Lapotee is giving us the vibe. You know, so whenever they are coming, they are happy to come. Whenever you call on them, they are happy to come. So yeah, it is always good to do it and do it right. Miss Maya, what do you say to that? Like what we've been saying so far, what do you think about it?
Well, whatever that he said is true. If you're not ready to do something, don't start. And everything takes time. It's a gradual process. So if you've got any idea that you want to do something, all that I can say is just put in the effort. And also the people around you are the ones that are supposed to push you. They are the ones that are going to push you for you to wherever that you are going, for you to reach your destination. So sometimes I feel like we all should open ourselves. We all should give ourselves out to support our brothers and our sisters when they decide to do something.
Okay.
Like you said, everything, the beginning is not easy. You know, you just need to put in the work.
Yeah, the beginning is not easy. Yeah. Juliet is lost here because she is not in the, what do you call it? in our sector.
Media space.
But she's a singer. She's a singer and she's been doing music for quite a long time. And like I said, somewhere around June, she took part in the Singathon. What motivated you, Juliet? What motivated you to take part in this singing marathon?
Okay, thank you very much. Greetings to all your viewers and also my co-guest here. I greet you all and thank you for the So I sing. Singing is a talent. It's a talent. I've been singing since childhood, and I mean I've been doing a whole lot in order to. Our system here is not helping us at all. Sometimes you do it alone, you don't get anybody to support you, and getting up there becomes a problem. And so, Singathon to see whether maybe my star will shine here, as in getting somebody after the attempt to support me and exposure that I want. That was my main reason for embarking on the Singathon attempt, because singing is my talent. I've been doing it for long. I've launched an album.
Juliet, kindly position yourself, or we will come back. We will come back to you. Yeah, kindly position yourself, and then get back to us. Yeah, she's connecting from Ghana, so it's like I said the last time. We will pardon her.
It's my
we will pardon her. Yeah, just maybe you should position yourself well or something like that, and then yeah. We will come back to you. We will come back to you. But Lapotee, how do you combine this podcast thing and YouTube stuff with your videographing?
Well, like you said, first things first. One is passion and one is business. You
Okay.
understand me? And so, like I always say, if you want to do something, if the passion is there, if the passion is there, irrespective of whatever is going on, whatever it takes, you're going to do it. Like you said, I have instances whereby I'm supposed to host a podcast. And then someone is calling me for a job, which is offering you immediate cash, that kind of a thing. So now you have to decide, is that the devil or the WC? So when I find myself in such a situation, like you said, sometimes with this podcast and interview, people can fail you. As once money is involved in the other side, that one is constant. So I'll keep on trying to get in touch with the person. Look, even like I'm talking to you tomorrow, someone is supposed to come for a Christmas shoot. I wrote the person this night and said, confirm with me if you are coming. And I didn't hear anything from the person, but I'm very sure the person is going to show up. This is the Ghana way kind of doing things. So sometimes when I find myself in such a situation, I won't say it become a gambling, but like I try to weigh both options and find out if the one that is coming for the post academy is definitely going to show up 100%. If the person is going to show up and I have a job too, probably there's a possibility of me trying to shift one. Of course, one is offering money, like I said, and this one is a long-term kind of investment. So if there's a way I can push the podcast back, I'll just tell the person, okay, is it possible if we can reschedule? But trust me, if it's a podcast and it's a 4 people, a lot of people, I can't feel 4 people like that. So sometimes you just have to close your eyes and let the money go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's never balanced. You understand me? So sometimes I just let some little coins go just to let the passion grow. Because like I said from the beginning, when you are doing something like this and you know how far you want to go with it, it's like, I don't know for others, but for me, when I want to start something, like I see the lights at the end of the tunnel before I start. So I envision it. I see how big it's going to get. So that's why I say nothing is going to break me on the way. So then again, back to what I was saying, in such a situation where I have to do a podcast and all the people that are coming, like, give me assurance that they are coming, I will let go of that job. Because trust me, sometimes when that job is not worth it, you go and do it. And you know how people, they don't like paying well. You understand me? I'm like, look, the videography, the podcast, whatever, in one way or even the one is going to give me money immediately, I consider all to be passion. You understand me? So if both of you, I see both for me to be a passion, something and I know even the little coins you're going to give me, you're going to fail me, then I will let that slide and focus on the podcast because that kind of thing, I like the whole podcasting of talking to people, trying to get things out of people, that kind of thing, have people open up. So in such a situation, trust me, sometimes the interviews and the passions means more to me. So if I find myself in that situation, sometimes I let go of the money, trust me. Yeah,
Well,
so that's what I do.
that's actually a bold decision, giving small money chance, Miss Maya.
Well, I want to
I
ask
told you.
Lapotee, what made
Yes.
you go into photography?
Okay, so what made me go into photography? Photography is something that I've been doing a long time ago. And like I said, when you have a passion for something, it's not about what makes you go into it. Passion is it's a drive, something that is burning in you. You understand me? So let me say this on the record. I bought my first phone doing photography. Now I'm talking about when I was in secondary school, maybe more than 20 years ago. You understand? Was it 20 years ago? Or maybe when I finished GSS. So you can imagine, this is something that I've been doing for more than 2 decades plus. And, when we travel and we come to abroad, everybody say you got to hustle for the money. You end up dropping your passion and the things that you are burning for. But it gets to a point you're like, damn, I mean, excuse me, it's not all of us that want to do this 9 to 5, 5 to 9 job, that kind of thing. So it gets to a point like, look, I used to love this. Right now that I'm here, sometimes I regret and say, so why did I drop this photography things all this while? Why did I put a pause? Because I'm beginning to see that if I've held on to it by now, like by now, though, I'll be called a pro. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because with this one, it's the more time you spend on it, the more you perfect whatever you are doing. So now I'm like, I'm asking myself, why did I drop this thing all this while? Like this is something I'm battling with myself because I'm like, it feels good when you do that 5 to 9 job. That kind of, trust me, it gets to a point you be like, nah, You understand me? But then again, sometimes you need that 5 to 9 job to survive, to
To
hold yourself
survive,
down.
yeah.
So that's the situation where now you end up trying to see that you're not dropping your passion.
Yeah, you
You see
you
what
you
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 see
pay
what I'm
bills.
saying?
You pay bills, so
So
you
yes.
need that 8 hour shift.
So then back to your question again, what made me decide to go into photography? I think it's just a passion. And like if I keep explaining, is it sometimes these things are linked together, they are chained. For those people who know me and know me very well, I love fashion. At the point I was calling myself fashionista, I love to look good in front of the camera. I have all this, I have this screen to say stupid confidence. You understand me? Sometimes my woman even asks me like, look, my confidence is too much. Like what the hell? You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It looks like these things are all linked together. You like fashion. You understand me? You would definitely love to take that kind of a thing. So I would say it's my love for fashion and all those things decided to let me go into this photography and videography stuff. Yeah. So let me put it that way, if it makes sense.
Miss Maya,
Mm.
Wasumwa. Yeah. So I mean, Lapotee has said a lot, and there are lots of positives that you would pick, or one would pick from everything that he said so far. Talk of passion. When you have the love or passion for something. Last time I was saying here that this podcast is something I've always loved to do. I was listening to lots of podcasts, and I mean, I learned a lot from them. I enjoy it when people are able to sit and talk and share ideas or interact. These things, they are your passion. When you decide to do stuff like this, and you put in the effort, it shoots you up there. Yeah, it shoots you up there. It's not always about the paper, like the money. It's what you have in you, like how it lights you up when you're doing something that you love to do. Juliet loves to sing. Otherwise, she wouldn't have taken part in the Singathon. Yeah, Juliet, your network is okay now, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
it's
were
okay.
telling us
It's a
something.
little bit okay.
So you were telling us
Yeah,
something before.
so I
Yeah.
was saying singing is a talent.
Mm,
Yeah, singing is a talent. Way back childhood, I realized I had a talent to sing. So I started singing from childhood. I've
mm,
been singing since when I was in primary school, JHS, SHS. I've been singing even way back in JHS. I remember writing songs. And it even led to my decline in academics because I was always writing songs. All my focus was on writing songs. And so after completing JHS, I came to SS and I was having about 20 songs written down without recording them, having anybody to help me record the songs. And so when I was in nursing school, second year in nursing school, I decided to record songs after I received my first allowance. I just went to the studio and recorded my first album. That's 8 tracks. I
mm.
recorded it, launched it, but the media didn't help me. They take the money, they don't play the song. You hear them play it once, twice, and that's all. So I just decided to focus on my studies, move on, and maybe after school, if I get somebody to support me, fine. If I don't get somebody to support me, I do the little that I can. I go to churches and sing. In case I'm invited for programs, I'll just go and then deliver and come back home. Maybe
Nice
my
one.
time will come. Yeah, so
Nice one.
that's
Nice
what
one.
I've been doing.
I just want to ask Juliet, how was your first Singathon? How did it go? Were you able to pull the crowd? Do you think people came to support you?
Thank you very much. Yeah, people came to support me, but I would say my Singathon was very limited to my area alone.
Okay.
My team didn't help me with regards to the media tour, as in touring the biggest media houses in Ghana here. I didn't get the opportunity to go there, so it was very limited to the eastern region alone. And as at now, there are so many people in Ghana here who are not even aware that there was a second lady to attempt Singathon here. There are so many people who are not aware. So the publicity in terms of media didn't go well with me. And so it was a localized something. But people in my locality here really supported me. But in terms of maybe nationwide, I didn't get that support that I was supposed to get.
Yeah, I think there was a very little information about your Singathon. Yeah, it didn't really get to the masses. It didn't really get to the masses. This is what she's talking about, and I can attest to it. I can attest to it because I think it was in June, right? And
Yeah,
until
7th June. I started on
until the
7th
one
and ended on.
okay, until the one that's just ended in Germany, Hamburg, I didn't even know that you took part
Yeah.
in a Singathon. But all the same, do you feel fulfilled? Are you fulfilled?
Hello.
You taking part in the Singathon, do you think you're fulfilled in a way?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm fulfilled in a way, at least, if not all. Some people know me now, and I think I'm okay. I'm still pushing ahead. Although I didn't get that, I mean, I don't want to use the word fame because I don't want it to be like I wanted fame. That was why I did the Singathon. But at least I had people to come from Accra and other places to witness what I did, and so not too much though, but it's creating some opportunities for me though. I'm being invited to programs to perform once in a while, but I'm hoping for the best too. So I think it's okay for me. It's okay for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay. It's okay for you. It's okay for you. If you're just joining, this is the Real Talks podcast. Please be reminded that it's available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, and then Apple Podcasts. Kindly do well to subscribe and also share to friends and family so they can also enjoy. I'm here with Lapotee and Juliet, alongside my co-host Miss Maya Bakope. So we have young ones that are coming in. You've been in the game for or in the system for a very quite some time. We have young ones that are coming in. What are some of the motivation you would give them? You would like to give them as they are coming in the media space?
Well, I guess the media space was there before we even came to meet it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
And one thing I'll say, if you are young and you want to come into this sector, first of all, like I said, how do you say, is it hard work, big talent, or whichever way they say it? But one thing I know, like I said, if you have passion for something and you want to do it, first, it should be the passion. That should be something to drive you. So if you're a young person and you want to come into this space and do something, if the passion is there, that's a good way to go. And look, do your homeworks. You know, I believe those people who started in this media thing some 20 years ago, some of them are surprised by we, the ones that came after them, and what we are doing. And you know, it's very interesting the way some people think, and the kind of mentality, thinking that just because they started before you came in, they feel like you kind of owe them something. Let me put it that way. And you see, technology keep advancing. So let's say today I am in the game, like you said, someone will come, let's say next year or next 2 years. By the time, before 20 years ago when people started, or 25 years ago, it was for those of you who were in the media space and all those things, chatting, it was from high five. Then we moved to MySpace. The ones that are a bit older will know what I'm talking. High five. Then we moved to MySpace.
yeah.
Even before we came to Facebook, you understand me? And so technology is advancing, you understand me? Even with these days, you can do a lot with AI. So the young one that are coming, I think there's much opportunity for them. So once you decided that you want to do this thing and you decide to get into it, at any time you start, the tools to advance is there. And I think the only thing that can keep them in this media space we decide to go inside is the consistency.
Okay.
Because day in, day out, technologies are advancing, making things more easier for people to do. 20 years ago, Ray, we would not be having this TikTok live and having four people seeing each other, you understand, face to face, you understand me? So
Yeah.
if you are a young guy, you want to come into this media space, when you start, consistency is the key if you want to grow. So that's what I'll say.
Nice
Yeah.
one. Consistency is
Mhm.
the key. Always be
Mhm.
also ready to learn.
Mhm.
Ask questions. You knew you want to come in, just ask questions.
Mhm.
Try your hands on new things. Don't be scared. Have the courage to try new things. And I think this is going to make you blow. Yeah. Miss Ma, you want to add something to that one?
Oh no, nothing. Like he's already said, consistency.
Mm.
Yeah, just be consistent, even if it's try your best, 2, 3, videos that you can do for, or anything that you can, just keep up with it.
But
Yeah.
aside the consistency, like I said, information too is very important. You see, sometimes you can be consistent and you are doing the wrong thing, and you keep doing the wrong thing. You are being consistent. You realize that it's not getting you anywhere. You understand me? And I think that's the mistake that even me myself. You understand me? There are so many things that you do to grow, but sometimes when we just put our head in one direction, we are going. You understand me? All these things that are going, like I said, I'm guilty of it. So many people are guilty of it. There is things like search engine optimization, chat GTP. There's so many things that even when you want to start something, it gives you an idea and you can
Yeah.
modernize it the way you want it to be. But guess what? Sometimes we want to stick to what we know or the way we know how to do things. So you realize that even though you have that consistency going, you are still at the numbers that you are. And like I'm saying, I'm guilty of this. It's not like I don't know that those things exist to give you the information, but
Yeah.
sometimes this is our head. You understand me?
We are
So
all
it's not,
guilty of it.
yeah. So it's not just the consistency. I think there are so many things to do some research about what you want to do and see how best to succeed in it.
Yeah.
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 So
I mean,
yes.
you want to succeed, you should always do research. Do research. Lots of research. Learn new things. Like I said, don't be scared to try your hands on new things. Always learn. Try and error. It will pick. It will pick like Kim Palute's new single. Yeah. So Lapotee,
Yes.
is there some kind of special experience you would like to share with us? Like ever since you started this job, some special experience that you've had?
You said this job in which part? Like I said, I'm doing so many things. So which one in particular?
Like I'm talking about the media work.
hmm
Mm,
Special. How do you put it? Special what?
some kind of special experience.
Experience. Experience. What experience? I've had so many experience. Is it experience? Bitter experience, good ones, bad ones, or which one? Let's know
It
where
can
we
be this one. It can be positive. It can be negative. I mean,
look. The experiences are just a lot. Like I said, the experience are a lot. So I said, okay, experience. Okay, so recently I had an interview with a young guy. So
okay.
after I finished the interview, then I don't know, but for any of you who've seen my interview, every interviewer has its own style. You understand me? If I do an interview with a person, mine is to get out something that people want to know. And I keep saying, if you come to a platform, what I bring is personality. I have to find something interesting about you before I bring you to my show. I don't just bring people because I feel it's consistency. There are some people doing things like that, like, oh, I want people to come every day. No, but the quality of the person coming, what you're going to say is what's important. So when I call you, probably I'll do my digging. I'm like, oh, there is something about you that is interesting people, that there's something that they would want to know. So then when I call you, like first we create so we build a conversation going, and I'm gonna ask you things that I feel like maybe the general public are concerned and wants to know. So I was interviewing this young guy, and then after the interview, he said I should take down a couple of things. We made an old interview. You came, you sat down. You came 2 hours, like 3 hours. You came and you sat down. I interviewed you. You are not 17 years old, and I asked you. You felt comfortable when I was showering you the praise, talking about the good things you've done. You love it. Then when I ask you a question and you open your mouth and you answer, it's not like I shove the words into your mouth. Now you're telling
Willingly.
me, yeah, you're telling me like I should take, and the guy give like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 play. I'm like, when I take this thing off the whole interview, it's like I just killed the
As
whole
if it's
thing.
easy.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it's because if you take this part and you don't take this part, it will not make sense. I'm like, but what are you talking about? Then what's the essence of the whole interview? Like you've killed the whole vibe of the whole
Mm,
interview if I have to do this
mm,
thing. And you see,
mm.
these are some of the things that I've experienced dealing with people. And like I said, when someone asks you a question in an interview, if you want to decline, you say, oh, I don't really want to say anything about it, but
Yes.
after opening your mouth, bragging and saying all this, then you see how the person goes on and tell, I shouldn't have said it, but that's the
That
job of an
impossible.
interview.
Yeah.
Mm,
But that's the job of an interviewer, to
mm,
get that thing that people can get out of person, make the person feel comfortable, open up. That's how I go. You understand me? So
mm-hmm.
I was building on something. When you sit down and I just show it to you, I know you're not going to say anything. So first we start with empathy. I share something about that kind of thing. That's how it works, and then we soften the ground. So after you've released that thing that we want, I don't see how you want me to take it back. And that's why I'm saying that is what the whole interview is all about.
Yeah.
If you take out that part of the interview is nothing, it's just a dry one. So that is one of the experience I have, having an interview with a person, and the person tells you that you should scrape up some things. Secondly, sometimes when you want to interview some people, they will ask you, "Oh, can you give me the questions?" I'm like, why? What questions do I have to give
What
to
do you need
you?
the questions for?
You understand? Why do I have to give you the question? What's the point? I'm like, I want the authenticity of whatever I'm doing, so that someone who is sitting down will not feel like this thing has been planned. I don't tell you the question. Why should I tell you what I'm coming to ask you? Then what's the point? You
Yeah.
understand me? And even I think I also have this with my podcast sometimes, even though not everybody agrees with me, but like I say, sometimes it's my style. I One of my podcasts that I used to normally was about relationship conversations. You understand me? And this is something that I feel like basically we all relate to. So I don't want to call you and tell you today we are going to tell you about dealing with the ex. So when I tell you this before you come, the ex story that you want to tell me, you prepared it already.
You prepared.
You understand me? That was my first topic, dealing with the ex. And when I called the guys, I came, there was this girl that was on fire because she was this is something that has happened to her, you understand me? And so
Yeah.
she felt like as if I knew her story and we came with discussing about it. But guess what? If I had told her that day, maybe we wouldn't have had her to flow the way she did. The second time too, there's this other young lady that I had on the podcast. When we finished at the point, she told me that look, when we were having all those conversations, she was actually going through a breakup, and we're talking about stuff like that. So it's more like whatever we're talking is it's relating to
People
her, you
relate.
understand?
Yeah,
So
people
yeah,
can relate.
so that kind of thing. So that's why I'm saying these are some of the experience that I have when you're dealing. People want you to give them the questions ahead before you do the interview. Then sometimes people want to, what I say, people want you to cut part of the interviews after the whole thing have been done. And trust me, Ray, you can testify. You know the job that goes in. The day you came for us to have a podcast, it was raining.
It was
Imagine.
raining. Yeah.
Any normal, sensible person would have said, let's stop the podcast. Did
Yeah.
I? I
Yeah.
didn't.
No.
It was raining and we're having podcast. So you can imagine outside. Imagine that day. That day you came, I was thinking about my equipment. You could see.
Yeah.
And the rain. Even though I'm sitting with you guys, someone was checking. I'm like, I'm also checking because what for whatever we're doing there was not covering even
Setup
one
alone
cent.
took us like 2 hours.
Yeah. Because it was raining, we had to
Yeah.
move the thing from one side to the other. You understand me? And that day, because we were still in the summer, I was like, I wanted to have that sunny vibe, outdoor something. You understand
Yeah.
me? So I never planned anything for inside. So even though it was raining, we have to move it to a shelter still outside and the challenges. So it comes with a lot of experience. Like I said, these two things I mentioned is the experience I've had when it comes to doing this podcast and working. But there are some people sometimes you want to interview them, they say that no, they want you to come to them and all that. It's a lot of experience, you understand me? Sometimes I go to people when I have to, but if I wait a thing, I realize it'll be more better for the person to come, but the
To
person
come
comes
around.
and I'll come. It's fine. You understand me? It's fine. At a point in time, like I said, when I started, I have called people and they didn't show up. But at a point in time, they were able to make the time. There's one time I called this young guy for me to interview him. The first time I interviewed him, he asked me to pay him. I was starting by then. I'm like, even a friend linked me to him and like, but why did you give him something? I'm like, it's good. He wants it. I'm letting him have it. It's not like that thing's gonna take anything out of me. The second time I was gonna call him, that was when I'll be able to have my three angles. Now we are offering you a professional something. And then he now say, oh, but Charlie, I have to drive my car. I'm like, look, I understand what you are saying, but I want you to go back and check what I'm doing. If you think whatever I'm offering is not worth it, then I understand. Because I've interviewed the likes of, and that's how you build this thing. I've interviewed the likes of one or two or three or four people
Yeah.
which they didn't even ask me for anything. So if I have these people on my platform and I'm also calling you just for you to move your car or pick your train, come and sit down, let me put all this equipment on you and offer you something that Studio Hamburg is not calling you yet, Radio Hamburg is not calling you yet, and I'm trying to give you the same standard and you want me to pay you on top of it, my brother, you can sit up. You understand me?
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying. So when you are doing this thing, you have to know what you are doing. Don't
Yeah.
it's interesting if I see how people in the media space are letting others decide for them. You understand me? If you are an artist is never bigger than a media house. But you see, that
True.
is what we don't understand as Africans here. And there's no way an artist, you are not bigger than the media house. You understand me?
Mm.
There are situations whereby you, the media, whatever, you have to offer something to the artist. You look at the caliber of the artist that is coming. You understand me? I'm chasing one artist recently, and I have not gotten to him. The person asked me, "Oh, so what am I going to give this artist?" And I'm saying, "Oh, blah 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 blah." I spoke to someone. I'm saying, "Look, don't worry. Look, whatever this artist wants, tell him let me come. If he has taken how much, even if I give him 100 euros." Let's just imagine. Imagine me having Shatawali on my show and Shatawali say, I should give Shatawali 100. Even somebody said I give Shatawali, it's an insult to Shatawali.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
there are times whereby
They
you, the
will come
media
for
house,
you.
there are times whereby you, the media house, it doesn't matter. You should be able to offer something a little because
Yeah.
the artist or whoever you think so you are bringing has built himself to a certain level. You
Mm.
understand that? You know that you calling this person and paying this person is worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, so there are sometimes too that like you rub my body, you scratch my back, I scratch my back, that kind of a thing. You understand
Of
me?
course.
Like I don't think if I call Mr. Mr. Ray wants me to
Mm.
pay him, or if he calls me, I go. You understand me?
Mm-mm.
You understand? Sometimes there are people that you are in that tense with, but as a media house, there is no need for you to be paying people who are coming to you.
Mm.
And you see, like you say, one of the experiences, and people don't understand how this whole media thing works. If someone calls you to a platform, irrespective of how big or small their platform is, you have to know that this media thing is there forever. If I do an interview with you and I put it on my platform and you think I don't have a lot of followers and viewers, it's just one interview will blow me. Everybody will come looking at my rest of my interviews.
Yeah.
So you that I have you my data, I might even remove your video there. You understand me? So yeah, so that's the mindset people have. That there's this guy recently that someone linked him up to me. The lady told the guy that I needed him for the interview. And the guy called me or texted me, so, oh, I heard you. I said, no, it's the other way around. I don't need you. You understand me? Somebody. Finally, this guy scheduled everything with me. He's like, oh, you said he'll be coming to Hamburg. I'm like, okay, no problem. He gave me a date. I said, no. He said, okay, then he's traveling to Africa. When he comes back, he's going to go. Finally, this guy come, oh, bro, I'm coming to your city. This guy finally came and he told me, look, these things, we don't do it for free. So you understand me? At least because you are coming for an interview. Let's say if I have 100 followers, it's not like you are that popular. If I do this thing and the 100 followers in my page watch it and the thing is lying idle, don't you see the essence to pay something for we to promote whatever you have?
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? So you are coming to do an interview. It's not like you have any interesting story. You want to come in because you have a song coming out.
You have
You
a
are coming
program
to my
coming up.
platform. You are not that huge. You are not that huge, but you are looking at my numbers. So because I don't have numbers, I should sit you down and put 3 cameras on you because why you are second to Obama. You understand me? So people don't understand how this thing works. That's why I'm saying sometimes we all need to put in something. It's your song. If I
Mm-hmm.
call you and I sit you down for an interview and put 3 cameras on you and tell you even give me 200 euro and I even put 50 or 100 euro to promote it, my brother, you have not even paid for my equipment. You've not even paid for my premises. You understand me? But you are checking that it's going to be on my page. Who are we? If some people money is coming, and let's say, okay, 1,000 people come to watch it from my page, out of or 5,000, 10,000, out of that 10,000 people that watch it, one person is a manager or a
Yeah.
producer, and they contact you because they saw you on my page
Yeah.
and they sign you. You are looking at because 10,000, that 10,000, how much will even you to give me on that thing? People don't understand how this thing works. You understand? That's why I'm saying when you are building this thing and you're getting to a point, you know your worth, you know what you are doing. I'm not rushing people to come to my platform. I used to post every 1 week. Last week I was supposed to, I didn't post. But the person that I interviewed today, that I'm going to post, the person is worth having 5 just calling people on the street to interview. Because the story that the person share or with the caliber of the person that the person is. You understand me? We are talking about that's the point I'm saying. We want quality people, not quantity people on our
Quantity.
platform.
Yeah.
That's all he has interview like 200. You look inside, or they are all yamutu.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. So I think those are the experiences that I have when it comes to the dynamics. Yeah, here the people sometimes not agreeing, not trying to understand, thinking that it benefits you more than them, but
More than
sometimes they
them.
don't see
Yeah.
that it's a win-win situation. You understand me? Yeah. So the experience can go on and on and on, but I guess
yeah, you said it all.
let me not
With the
even say
experiences
that.
there,
Yeah.
if we say we're talking about them,
Mm-hmm.
we won't finish today. We won't finish. Like myself,
Mm-hmm.
I can share a lot. You saying someone was able to tell you to cut certain parts of the interviews from it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have seen this also before. It's
Mm-hmm.
one even happened just recently. But you mean, when you hear some of these things, sometimes you don't even know how to react, what to tell the person, like, because you know the work involved and you know you understand what the person is saying better. He or she doesn't understand what he or she is saying. So sometimes you just watch and you live it like that. You just, but it's not easy. Like promoting your own self, asking people to promote you, like share your links and stuff like that. All these that comes with it. It's not easy. It's not easy. So yeah, just like you said, sometimes it's a win-win situation. Sometimes,
Even if you may allow me, even the share the thing that you say is so interesting that sometimes somebody takes a car, come and sit down for an interview. You're on the interview, you don't know that you have to take the thing and post. So you just come and sit down. You didn't pay a dime to, and you left anything. But at the end of the day, it's all because it's on my page, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So it's on my page. So when I finish, I should put it on my WhatsApp. When I finish, I have to share it with my friends. You don't have friends. You think you've done so much because you think and you see that is what people don't understand. You understand me? There are other people on my platforms, and you see when I started this thing. I said that I am trying to create a platform whereby every African who is somebody here in Germany to start with, you understand, whereby, when you come to the platform, you're like, this guy is so and so. This is this person, you understand me? Because I mean, some couple of years ago when we didn't know the right person to connect to. We didn't know who to go, we didn't know who is who. So when you chance on my page, like, so maybe you come and you are talented, you want to do music, and you see somebody like Isaac, he's a music producer, and you're like, okay. Even from the way the guy talks, you know that he knows what he's talking about. That's why I say I bring in quality people. I don't bring you because I feel like I want somebody on my page every week. If you come to my page and you see 10 quality people, it's better than you come and you see 100 this thing.
yeah,
100 people on my page.
people who
So
are not giving any quality.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Someone just come and feel like just the fact that they've come to present themselves alone, that is enough. You should do the rest of the job. And you see, that's where what I'm saying in regards to also what you said about people thinking that you should cut up some certain thing and they think it's an easy job. My brother, editing is the most, even if you are not good at editing, you want to watch everything and make sure that, where did something move? Where did something after
Exactly.
you finish and you bring everything before you want to put it out there in the media again, you are watching it again. Make sure, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Maybe one L, maybe L, you made it three. Eh? And if the person is called a man, it's now a man. You understand me? So just this tiny things. And people don't see the effort that people put in this thing. And so after all this thing, something that you were sitting down, even to post, to share. So, why did you come then? The other person who did it to share so that other people will see you.
Yeah.
Or because you feel more people know you. So if they put there, see, sometimes I don't know whether it's just, as soon as I don't know whether it's Ghana people. I can't say all African people think like that, but it's some
It's
people,
Ghanaians,
some way.
mostly. So
Yes, some way,
you
but I'm
definitely
just
mention
happy I'm a
Ghana.
different breed. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah,
You've
we
said
can
it
go
all.
on
You've
and
said it
go on.
all. You said
When you
it
know
all.
people, you know how you.
Miss
Yeah.
Maya, he said a
Yeah.
lot. Give me your last words,
Yeah,
Miss
he
Maya.
has said a lot. Like he said, it's a win-win. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. So we all need to support each other. We all need to share the interviews, the programs that we go in for, so that we will all grow together. That's all that I want to say.
Nice one. I know Lapotee has been talking a lot, but I'll still take your last words on this one.
Oh, you still want more? Oh, okay.
Your last
All right.
words.
All right. Last words. Okay. Last words. Let's make it short. So like I'm saying, or like I've said from the beginning, like if you're a young person, you want to go into this thing, first is consistency and make a lot of research. At every point in time that you decide to enter into any space and anything, you are privileged because guess what? Technology keep advancing. So at that point that you decide to in, there's more things that is there. Compared to the people, your predecessors, people that started before you. So, like I said, I won't say much. We can go over and over and over again. If you want to get in the space of anything, consistency and make a lot of research. Thank you.
Consistency research is the key. Always try to
Mhm.
do that. Yeah. So
Mhm.
Lapotee is doing video, photo shoot, and if it's video shoot for this Christmas, if you're in Hamburg or the neighboring cities, just follow him and then, yeah, rush into his DM. Yeah, go and take nice photos. He's very good at it. So
When you finish, come yourself. You and Maya,
I will come.
come
I
and
will
take
come.
yours. Bring
I
the
will come.
family. I'll give
I
you
will
a good
come.
discount. Where are you? Are
Maya
you in
is in the
Hamburg too?
UK. Maya is in the UK.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. That's
Mm.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I will
I would
come. I will
have
come for my
come.
Christmas shoot.
Say that again.
I would have come.
Oh, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. It's always ongoing. When Valentine comes, we'll do Valentine promo. So anytime you decide to touch down here, just link up with us and we'll give you a nice
Okay.
shooting. Okay.
Whenever she
All
comes
right.
there, I'll
Yeah.
bring her.
No problem. No problem. Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is where we will end it.
Yeah.
Please
Okay.
be reminded again that it's available on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, and then Apple Podcasts. And you
Okay.
do well to subscribe and then share to family and friends. We thank you for joining, and then we hope you join us again next time. Thank you for being a part of this episode of the Ray Talks podcast. Kindly support us by subscribing and sharing to family and friends. See you next time.